Covenant soldiers are waiting to the north. Tread carefully. Stranger, I'm surprised to see any friendly faces out here. Did you meet any Covenant soldiers on the road? There's a small force of Covenant soldiers in a camp to the northwest. I can feel it in my bones. They're planning a flanking attack. I need to get back to Fort Arend and ready the recruits there for a possible skirmish. Shore's bones, you're a brave one. If you can make it out alive, put steel or spell to the commanders in the encampment. They're the ones most likely to have a copy of their orders. Then head for the gates of the fort. Travel to the northwest and look for Covenant activity. Find out why they're here and what they're planning. Go swiftly and go carefully. We train troops and store provisions here. Why the Dark Elves built a fort against the mountains, I'll never know. What's it protecting? The mountains? Dunmer. I'll never understand them.
Captain. Captain Hjorm. I'm not sure. I saw the captain approaching, then felt a sharp pain in my head. I think I heard a footfall behind me before I went down. When I came to, he was dead, and our attacker was gone. Assassins? Captain Lari should see this. She's in the command post, the largest building in the fort. Report to her, and I'll spread the word to the other troops in the fort. We need everyone on guard and watching their backs.
Well met, my fine Falar. I am Captain Lari, commander of the forces stationed at Fort Arrand. We're primarily a training outpost. I had to put the recruits on alert with all these Covenant troops nearby. What do you have there? No. Dumak, take those fetches. Hjolm, my best officer, is dead, and these plans say Aknara is here. Of all the... We're not prepared for Aknara. Not even slightly, Traveler. Let's talk. These Sawit assassins are stealthy and dangerous. They'll probably be practically invisible with all the places to hide in here. We need to shed some light on this situation. I have just the thing. Blinding light flasks. The flasks are upstairs. Use them near the walls of the fort. I expect the killers will be lurking there. Strikes from Shadows is leading a group of our more experienced troops. Meet up with him at the tower to the east when you're done. Falar, you'll find the flasks of blinding light upstairs. Use them to reveal the assassin infiltrators. Put an end to their plans. A few years back, a fetching big Aldmeri army invaded Hammerfell. They sacked a town and established some fortifications. They sent messages home, and the elves sent a shipload of reinforcements. The Red Guards were quaking in their boots. Not as such, Falar. The Dominion made a mistake, you see. They took captives from a Red Guard ship they managed to get offshore from their new holdings. That night, one of the Red Guards broke free and murdered every lost elf aboard. That's what they say, Falar. Over the next few days, a bunch of Aldmeri troops in the fort disappeared. A Red Guard army rolled up to the fort, but didn't attack. It just sat there, stopping the Aldmeri from escaping Aknara's venom. Fort Arrand was built a long time ago, atop a set of Daedric ruins. I think the ruins were a prison for some fetching Daedra. Bevek, who can keep track of all that ancient lore? The fort is out of the way, so we use it to train troops.
Are the assassins now feeding the earth with their blood and bone? I was ambushed. Warm-blood assassins do that. They hoped I wouldn't reach these tunnels and discover the roots of Aknara's plan. They died with that hope unfulfilled. You'll notice many Covenant troops about. I'd bet my birth mud she's opened the reinforced cap that sealed these tunnels. Clearly, she plans to lead an army into the fort from below. Long ago, this place was built to imprison Daedra. See that floor plate below the door you came through? There are 5 of those. When they're all active, a barrier will rise and imprison those within. No, there's an exit to the surface behind the final plate. I activated the first one. Activate 3 more on the way to the last chamber, then meet me by the final plate.
I've heard the stories about Aknara, but she's a Red Guard, not a Daedra.
Aknara ambushed us. She used a flask of blinding light to stun us, then ran back through the door behind me. Were you able to activate the plates? Good. I'll activate this last one. Once I do, the other barriers on all 5 will harden like a shell. While I do this, you must slay Aknara before she slithers away again. Bayam chased after Aknara. He'll need your help more than I do. Look for him. I'm sure he's wounded, if not dead. Once this is done, use the trapdoor atop the bluff. It leads to the command post below.
Have you dispatched Aknara? That piece of Enchao? My fine Falar. Well done. I'll see your name is not forgotten. Aknara, however, will be forgotten. The Dunmer reshape history to serve their needs. I'll remove any mention of her actions here, and I'll purge all records of that vile assassin. Captain Bjorn lost his life bravely defending the fort from that Covenant scum. He cut down a score of them, but eventually succumbed to his wounds. That magnificent fetcher will be missed. A few years back, a fetching big Aldmeri army invaded Hammerfell. They sacked a town and established some fort... Not as such. That's what they say. Fort Arend was built a long time ago.
Soldier, urgency impels us.
We must keep the Covenant from getting the Coral Heart.
Report in, soldier. What brings you to Vivek's Antlers? Walks in ash, eh? A wise lizard, or so the lads say. Well, you're welcome here. The captain has a lot in his trencher, and we're not sure how to get it all down.
Welcome to the war. We're losing ground to Covenant raiders. If we don't hold the line here, they'll push us back to Ebonheart and take all of Zarbamat. Alexandra Cannell leads a force that outnumbers us 5-1. If the Dreg hadn't ambushed both of us, she'd have wiped us out. We must deal with the Dreg. Then we'll stop Cannell from getting the Coral Heart. Lieutenant Garlin believes Cannell can use it to control a brother of strife. Sings with Reed would know more. As for Garlin, the Covenant caught her. Here's what I need from you. Look for survivors in the mud mounds. Rescue Garlin. Oh, and don't get killed. Luck to you. I'll see if we can hold this line in case you return. I mean, until you return.
I was talking about the other one. Sadal, the beast sealed away in tormented spire. Tarnval was mistaken to free that thing from Ash Mountain. Imagine such a creature controlled by the Covenant and loosed on Ebonheart. Do I look like an archmage? Or even an Argonian mudwitch? I have no idea. I came here to stop the damned daggers, and that's what I'll do.
Burying them in mounds of muck. They'll hack you up with those claws or knock you out with bile. Then they'll bury you in mud. I don't know why they do it, and I don't care. I want it stopped. Sings with Reed, that Argonian who's advising Lieutenant Garlin, thinks the Coral summoned the Dreg to defend itself. Fact is, we were losing when the Dreg showed up and altered the battle. Now we need to preserve the few troops we have.
Quietly, the enemy abounds. What do you seek? Long ago, a magical artifact imprisoned Sadal, the brother of strife. That artifact's become the heart of the Coral. That's what the Covenant is after. Alexandra Cannell wants it, and she is without mercy. Just so. The Brothers of Strife are destruction incarnate, flaming fury crushing all in their path. They cannot be controlled or channeled, only imprisoned. Ebonheart is near, and Cannell would like it burned to the ground. We have to stop her. The Coral summoned Dreg to defend itself. The Coral thinks and reasons. We must ally ourselves with it. If we show it we're peaceful, it will turn the Dreg against our enemies. I'm still working on how to do that.
I'm free, thanks to you. I'm free, thanks to you.
The Covenant have Garlin. She's on their ship. Help her, please. Praise Vivek, an ally. I knew someone would come to free me. Vivek wouldn't allow his priestess to suffer like this. He sent you, didn't he? Then help me complete my task. Here we defeated the Akaviri. Vivek flooded the plain. His children breathed water while the Akaviri drowned. Yet some who died cannot rest. We must consecrate their bones. Do not disparage youth. These are Vivek's children. They died for Morrowind and for him. We must provide for their rest. Anoint any remains you find with the sacred oil. That will soothe their spirits. The dead depend on you. You must consecrate them.
You don't look to be Daggerfall Covenant, and you're not one of ours. Who are you? Thank the three. I thought I was going to die in here. There's a powerful mage named Alexandra Connell leading these soldiers. She knows how to enter the heart chamber. She ripped the knowledge right out of my head. I'll rally my soldiers and lead them to the Coral Heart Chamber. She must be inside. Have you seen my aide? Sings with Reed? She knows more about the coral than anyone. She must have some kind of plan. Argonians, always the unexpected. If I know Reed, she's already lurking near the Covenant camp. Look for her nearby. If you can find her, bring her to the Coral Heart Chamber. Then we can finish this.
legions of Akaviri invaded our shore, killing and burning, though we never knew why. I died as the flood came. It swept them all away.
You've been in the belly of the Covenant's beast. Tell me, is Lieutenant Garland safe? Oh, my heart is at ease. I've decided how to contact the Coral. This won't be easy. The Coral Heart could unleash a brother of strife, but simply taking the heart would kill it. Ill winds are blowing, friend. The Coral summoned the Dreg. If I can show the Coral we're friendly, it may aid us by turning the Dreg against the Covenant. Time is precious. If I'm to succeed, I'll need your help. These are my eggs, the fruit of my tree. My roots must join with the Coral for us to be truly of one mind. Place my eggs at the 3 large clusters of coral around the antlers, then meet me in the heart chamber.
I've seen this place marked on maps. Never would have sought it out on my own.
Fool! You think to tame the Coral? I'll see you dead.
Die, Akaviri! Die!
The waters took friend and foe alike. The tides rolled in, crushing all in their path. The Akaviri were defeated, but at what cost?
Quick! The coral weakens. I feel it. The coral speaks to me. I'll meet you in its heart.
You won't stop me. The coral heart is mine.
My friend, can you hear me? The coral is dying. The Bretons stole its heart. The dregs serve us now, but it's not enough. Find me at the heart. Alexandra stands now inside the coral. She has stolen its heart, and it dies a slow death. We are joined, and I feel its pain as I feel my own. I fear touching the mind of the coral is not enough. We must merge body and soul. Alexandra has ripped the heart out of the coral. It may only live if it finds another one. I will not lie. I'm scared of what's to come. But I'm glad that you and Galen are here with me. Keep the heart safe. Goodbye.
We will. Goodbye, old friend. Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did Sings with Reed just merge with that coral thing? Somehow she's keeping the coral alive. Now we just have to deal with the witch who tried to kill it. We'll draw her out and fight her face to face. We'll rip the heart from her bloody fingers. I don't know if you've ever faced a Breton mage lord. It won't be easy. Cornell, run while you can.
You're too late. The heart is mine.
You're dead.
Not for long.
You won't burn, then freeze. Have a taste of lightning. Struggle and die.
Take our heart. Keep it safe. The coral and I can now live without it. The heart is yours, yet the coral lives. Once I saw it was dying, I had no choice but to merge myself with the coral. We are one now. One tree with the same roots.
With the drag on our side, the Covenant is out of luck. Sings with Reed saw to that. She's joined with the coral now, and I won't let either one come to harm.
Did you find the bones and bless them? Vivek's children can rest now. I feel it in my bones. You are kind to perform this service for the heroes of the past. Vivek, we thank them for our freedom today. No foe can stand against the three. One day I will visit the tribunal temple in Deshan. I will hear the word of Vivek from his own lips. One who does not know the tribunal lives in a dark world. 3 living gods, Vivek, Amalexia, and Sothasil, bless Morrowind and guide us in these troubling times. Vivek is the wisest of living gods. We are scarcely worthy to look upon him. The Akaviri were invaders from across the sea, fierce snake men and all manner of monsters. We faced them here on these plains, but they overwhelmed us. Yet we fought and died and held until Vivek himself came and put an end to it. Vivek brought water to cleanse the land. His children breathed the holy water while the Akaviri drowned. It was a great victory for Morrowind. Rumors say the Akaviri came here looking for an ancient relic. What it is, I do not know.
Well, you're a warm heart in a blizzard. What news? Could you keep that coral heart out of the Covenant's hands? Then Ebonheart is saved. We are once again in your debt. Maybe we'll make you the new Thane of Whiterun. After all, they'll take anyone. I'll keep the heart safe. This brother of strife must remain bound. The Brothers of Strife are too dangerous. I'll keep this from everyone who might want to use it. Even Tamriel. You've done well here. We could use more like you. In fact, we could use more like you at Fort Virac. The Daggerfall Covenant has seized it. It's a vital link between Stonefalls and the Rift. With Fort Virac held by the enemy, we're cut off from supplies. Head up there and report to Sergeant Gioring. I'll be right behind you.